You got this. You got
We're
this.
gonna be slower. We're pro. Same day. We did episode 1. Now we're doing episode 2.
Hey.
Same day, and we're already, it's like you said, we're going at the speed of light. We're growing.
I'm telling you.
All right, so getting comfortable with this thing, and now we don't want to go home no more, even though we're home. All right.
You look beautiful. Absolutely stunning.
Are you happy?
Welcome back to the Love Between Us podcast. This is episode 2. This podcast was birthed out of a movie, right? So it's almost like a podcast. It's not really a podcast for a movie. It's a podcast from a movie, I would say.
Yes.
And so we see the work that the film is doing in lives and how people are talking about it and how it's affecting their lives. And we just figured, hey, why not? The film was made for conversation. Mm-hmm. It's not just a film you watch and just move on. It's a film that causes you to want to go into conversations and discuss things and on different levels about friendship, toxic friendship or good friendships, and advice, wisdom.
Wisdom. Where do we get it from?
Yeah. Episode 2. How you feeling today?
Same day.
This is how to do it in the shows, right? Just go to the back and change and come back,
I didn't get
But
to
we
change.
didn't have to change. We're just keeping it real right now. We're just keeping it real. All right. So I wanted to talk about. I was going to ask you a question. That's my mind. Question was what were some of the things that or one of the things that you really liked about me?
Oh, come on, Christian.
And
We're
listen,
talking about
Listen.
a movie.
You liked about me, right? There's a catch to it, right? You really it was like, wow, I like this about this guy. That now drives you crazy. Think about it. I know they gotta be 1, they gotta be 2 or 4 or 5 or 6, But just in 1, you could go easy on me. Put this 1.
I'll go easy. Like you're detail oriented, you go in depth. I remember, you go in depth. I remember, like passionate when you found a revelation in scriptures, man. Go in depth. Details. Now we have 5 kids.
You get it, right?
Ain't got time for details.
And I won't have to sit down and listen to the details because it's all about the details. You got to build it up. You got to build up the the scenario and around it. You got to present it, and then you bam, But
Oh boy.
yeah. So I just love everything about you. There's never been anything that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
But I was going to talk about that. Sometimes.
So what about you? Put me on the spot. How about you? Huh? Let's find out.
No, I mean, I think, okay, to be transparent, I'll just say this. Sometimes, before, oh no, one thing I loved about you, that I still love about you.
That was not the question though.
Okay. Because sometimes I'm cracking my brain. I'm cracking my brain, guys.
He doesn't want to get in trouble.
I'm cracking my brain to think of what could be wrong, No, but I think as human beings, that's gonna happen in relationships, right? Where once you get comfortable, that glow, it's like when you first meet each other and you are all love struck, you know what I'm saying, and you just want to the idea of love and the fantasy of marriage and the whole thing is still there, and the honeymoon, whatever it is, right? The fantasy is still in the mind. Whatever you see tends to be interpreted from that angle, right? And then you get into the relationship, into marriage, and you realize that you're human beings after all. That this hero who could do nothing wrong is just a human being after all, and you start to get to know each other's humanity, and
That's
it comes
right.
out, but I think God uses that,
Yeah, I think so too, because you have to grow one way or the other.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and learn from it, really.
yeah. I think it forces you to have to deal with, like, there are things that comes out that are there that you never know is there until someone gets real close to you and bring it out and show you things about yourself, whether you want to see it or not. And we often find things about ourselves when we are dealing with people who we love. You see what I'm saying? And you find that in this film, in terms of the frustration that Nusa starts going through.
Who was Nusa to begin with?
Okay, sorry. So, synopsis of the film. The film is about a young immigrant couple who migrate from West Africa to New York, looking to make a better life for themselves.
Which is pretty much, really, that's a common
Story, yeah, it's a very common immigrant story.
Yes.
And as they begin to try to make a life for themselves, and looking for the American dream and trying and the opportunities that they hoped will be there, they begin to face a lot of disappointments and discouragements, and that begins to take toll, especially on the man, who starts to look at himself feeling like he's not able to be the kind of man he wanted to, in his mind, wanted to be for his wife. It takes a toll on their relationship and the stress on him, and that stress begins to come into their marriage. And I think that happens a lot of times when, one person is stressed. It could be something else, but it comes out in the way you deal with your spouse. And sometimes you don't even know what that's. It's not, you think you're stressed, you don't like each other, but it's the stress.
Yeah.
That is causing you to
React.
React a certain way. There's so much we want to talk about, but because the film is just out now, I want a lot of people to see it first. We can't really get into a whole lot of details, right? Because we don't want to give it away. But man, see the film, talk to us, email us, right?
Yeah, with questions.
Or just your comments.
We may not have the answer, but
yeah. And listen, you might ask us the question, and we'll pose the question out to others who might have the question.
Who might have
the answer, and we know that the Word of God and God has the answers, and there are many people who are wise. A lot of times, people after the film come to Mr. Edwards, right?
One of the characters.
One of the characters who is just full of wisdom in the story, and they tend to ask him. It's almost as if they're coming for him for counseling. Like you can see people. I stand in the back and looking at them. They're coming to him like they forget, because he put on such a performance, Mr. Carl Allen Jr. Who plays Mr. Edwards. He put on such a powerful performance that I think people forget that he was acting, and they come to him. And he also has a personality too that's soothing.
Definitely.
That's soothing, like a fatherly personality. What is your favorite part?
I'll just do this. That is my favorite part. It was full of passion.
If you've seen the film, you know exactly what she's talking about. You know exactly. We've been talking about The Love Between Us, the movie, and which is available on our website, www.yobosastudios.com. You see the link somewhere on this video, and or on the description. You could go watch it right now and tell your friends about it. And actually, if you are, I like to, this is the phrase I coined. If you're a couple, if you're married, watch it with your spouse. If you're single, watch it with your heart. You like that, don't you? All right.
They're like corny.
corny. Anyway, but it's okay. I'll take that. Yeah. So check the film out. That was good. Yeah. So okay. So this was another episode of the Love Between Us podcast.
Love Between Us.
Love Between Us.
You can see it in different angles. The love between us. The love between us.
Yeah.
The love between
parents and friendship.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Really,
yes.
that's really what it is.
Or
Love.
the love that comes between us.
Oh, but would love come between us?
Yeah, would love come between us?
But that's the forced kind of the pretense love that comes between us. But but the love is between us, bringing us together.
Together.
That's just kind of like we're going all stuff now, right? So, but that's what life is about. You know, honestly, I would love to see young couples, and I love to see singles. I love to see people really looking at relationships from a good place. You know, so we're tired. We're gonna go sleep now. All right. Okay. Kiss. Kiss.
We're ready.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah,
No.
We're not doing this.
I have lipstick on that.
Again.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
This is not going to be part of this podcast.
Give me a kiss.
Oh.
Give me a kiss.
When you turn off the camera.
I'm turning on the camera right now.